Alright, we're working on the little Briggs again today, and I'm going to sand all the epoxy, and it looks pretty good. I want to thank you guys for all the comments you left and suggestions on this breather hole here. You know, I mean, got some real good suggestions, some goofy suggestions, some real off the wall stuff, but they all help, you know. And I can only use one suggestion out of all of them. But what's good about that is I get ideas and learn about products that I've never known about. And what I decided we're going to use is I'm going to use this hole. I'm going to tap it for the 1/8 inch plug, and I'm going to use there's something that I didn't even know existed, and they call it a Centaur filter or something like that. And it's about this size, and it's going to be flat, and it has a little breather on there, you know, so you won't even see it there, and it'll work perfect. Some guy suggested making it a dipstick, but you can't do that, you know. I mean, you only have this much room, you know. It's not gonna. I don't know. I know you guys don't know that. I know when you guys make these suggestions, you don't know the full extent of what's going on in here and everything. So yes, I still appreciate them. Even if I did that, even if I got rid of that splash guard, that's a splash guard. Even if I got rid of that and was able to send the dipstick down there, it would hit the crankshaft or the cam. That's right where the cam is. You know, it goes across there. So there's a lot going on there. You know, I could fill it and find a place to put it, but we're looking for the easy way. And then some guys, a couple guys suggested putting an oiler in there. You know, I have small oilers, but they're big. But I was able to find a mini oiler that they use on models, and it would only be about 1 inch, and it would fit there. And plus, I don't have that much room here, but it would fit, and that would look cool. But you know, if it's going to be there and act as a breather and stuff, I would want it to, you know, sort of have another function, you know. But anyway, we're going to start. Oh yeah, another thing here. Before I start, I always, whatever epoxy I mix, I always leave it in a little pile here so I can check it in case there is a failure. I can check to see if the failure came from putting it on the whatever piece I'm working on, or if it wasn't mixed properly. So that's what this is here. And while I got it, I'll give you guys a tip. You know, when I was working on that generator, a lot of you guys are, you know, I must got 2 or 3 dozen comments. Matter of fact, don't go away. I got the piece right here. When I was working on this, and we're having trouble with the bearing, you know, I got, and even up front here, everything like that, I got 2 or 3 dozen comments. You know, use epoxy the holes, epoxy this. Epoxy doesn't work on plastic. Even the stuff that comes in and says it's for plastic, I got a can of it over here, and it actually says on here for some plastics, you know, because there's so many different kind of plastics that it ain't gonna work on everything. But anyway, let's see how it held. And when I tell you it don't stick to plastic, I'm trying to stay in frame here. See that? It comes right off. That's how we clean the things. So when you use epoxy, remember that. Even if that was roughed up and everything, which it is, because it's used. Epoxy don't stick to plastic. You're setting yourself up for failure if you do that. You're not kidding anybody, except yourself. Okay. First thing what we do on here is let me bring this over here so you can see it. I'm gonna round the outsides of this. I have 220 here. I'm going to round the outsides here so we have something to form the inside too. And also, before we start shaping everything else, I'm going to have to get in there. I want to, this here just fits in there. So that's another thing. I know you guys don't know, you have no perspective as how big this is, because, you know, people are, you know, even when I was fixing this, they're saying, oh, stick a a flap disc in there and everything like that. I don't even have room for this little file. This here's a chainsaw file. It's less than 1/4 inch, and it can't fit in there. So this here is about 1/8 of an inch. I can fit that in there and get the high and rough stuff off. But then I'm going to have to get the sandpaper, and the sandpaper, this is 80 grit. That's just barely going to fit in there, but it's going to work nice. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to work on that. And this bottom one came off beautiful. I don't know if you can see that, but this is where we use the water. I'm not even going to have to sand that, but I am going to hit it with 220, you know, just to rough it up, so the primer has something to adhere to. So let me round this off and then get the insides, and then we'll take a look at it and then go for some shaping. Also, I'm not going to have to get crazy with the bottom, you know. These bottom ones here, you know, I'll knock them off and make them smooth and stuff, but they don't even have to be pretty because you don't see them. You know, you're always going to look at the engine this way. So that's good. And I'm going to shut this off. I didn't mean to jibber jab so much, but that's what we're here for, right? Alright, I'm going to shut these off, and we're going to start sanding some of this. Alright, I'll take a little break here and show you where we're at. I'll try to keep you in frame because sometimes I forget. Alright, what I did is I rounded off the edges here, and I'm happy with that. That conforms to what we want. Then what I did is I'm trying to show this so you can see, but I sanded. These are the bottom of the fins here. You're looking at here. I got the block upside down, but I sanded under here. Like I said, this doesn't have to be really good, but it's so easy to do it that I pretty much made it perfect. Then I took this file and went around the block, and I got the block all perfect too, right around the cylinder head. I keep calling it a block, but I mean around the cylinder head. So I got that so I like it. Then what I did is I took a paint stick, and I got this sandpaper. This is 80 grit, and it's got a sticky back to it. Peel this off and you got a sticky back. So I cut a piece and stuck it to a paint stick here, and was able to get in there and get it pretty much flat where I wanted it. And then where that wouldn't fit, I got the popsicle stick and I put a piece of paper on that, and I was able to go around and get what I wanted. So I got these 3 fins done here, so I just have to do these 2 bottom ones, which are actually the top ones. See? So I'm going to get the bottom of the top ones, and that'll be done. So, you know what's good is if your paper gets a little clogged, another tip, write this down, another tip, you just gotta get a wire brush and gets all the body putty out of there. It's actually not body putty, it's epoxy, right? Alright, let me get these last 2 bottom fins, and then we'll turn it over and do them. Alright, I got the bottom of the fins done, and I'm satisfied with it. Like I say, you're not going to see them, but I probably went a little crazy on them and made them look too good anyway, so I know you really can't see anything from where you're at, but and the camera doesn't really show the true looks, but I'm happy with them, and now we'll do the tops, and their one's got to look good, and then we have to clean up these little guides here where the valve stems go, where the push rods, and it should be pretty good. Alright, we got it all sanded down. I'm happy with it. Looks pretty good to me, and I even cut the little valve guide holes in there, or whatever you want to call them, push rod guides, but I'm happy with it. And yeah, I wanted to mention, there's a couple guys said that you need to check valve here, and I don't think you do. You know, I mean, even one guy said he works he worked 11 years in a Briggs and Stratton place. You know, you might need it on a newer, more powerful, you know, 3.5, 5 horse. You know, that you might need it, but this thing, you know, I think it's supposed to run at 3,600 RPM. We're really going to have this running at about 250 RPM. It's only going to be a shell engine, so I don't think you'll need it. Matter of fact, I got an older block here. This here's a 1928, I think, 28, 29 Briggs FH. And here's what they did. You know, there's no check valve. All it is just a breather. I don't know if you can see it right there. Just a hole, a simple hole, and it goes to this little mushroom tube here. You know, there's no check valves or nothing in there. So, like I say, and this is even a bigger, more powerful engine. You know, if you got a bigger bore, bigger stroke. But I think we'll be okay. I mean, I don't even think I'd be able to create a vacuum there because of the push rod holes there. So we're not really worried about that. But we appreciate your concerns. You know, I mean, everybody's got an opinion about stuff, and I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong. Just in this application, I think we'll be fine. I think on the slant fin models of this, they just had the breather bolted to the side. I don't remember if there's a back end here or the front end, but it was just bolted to the same thing. Just come up, and it was just you know, just a hole in the block. No check valve or anything. All right, you know what we'll do? Well, I think I'll tap this hole. I'll tap this 3/8 pipe thread, and we'll see how that looks. All right, I'm gonna tap this with a 1/8 inch pipe thread here. I'm supposed to use a 5/16 drill for the hole, and our hole's already bigger than that, so we're not even gonna put anything here and try and straighten it. We're just gonna straighten it by eye. My T-handle won't work, so I'm gonna use a 3/8 socket on the end of this, and that fits pretty tight, and then just a 1/4 inch wrench. Depends on who you ask, you know, on what to lubricate this with. Most people say do it dry. You know, it's cast iron. So we'll see. How's that look? Is that straight from where you're at? Let me get a look. It could be a little straighter. Right there. And even clearing the chips. You know, they say cast iron, you really don't have to clear the chips, they clear themselves. Which is understandable because cast iron pretty much just makes dust. We're not really cutting much here because, like I say, the hole is already bigger than they recommend. You can feel it cutting, so it should hold a little plug, and there isn't going to be any pressure. So let's see if we're still straight. Looks good. Looks good to me. And it's not tight, so there's no chips blocking us up. These are tapered, so I don't want to go too deep because then it'll go too far in. I'd rather wait till I get the plug I want and see how it fits. Okay, it looks pretty good. Like I say, it's going to be a shallow thread. Now, hold on, let me blow that out. Okay, I'll never blow chips away with air. Okay. Yeah, Rob, I don't know if you noticed this, but we're using our soft jaws here. Working pretty good. Alright, let's see if this isn't what's going in. This is just a 1/8 inch pipe thread. Okay, alright, that's good. See, I could always cut it deeper if I have to make it flusher. You know, once I get the plug, I'll know if it'll have to go down any further, and it probably will. But I'll cut it after I get the that piece. So this is good. It's in there tight. Them threads, they shouldn't give us any trouble at all. Alright, I guess that'd be enough for this video. Enough of this.